And welcome back for part 6, which is the final part of the Eanair mandala throw. For this next row, which is row 48, we're going to work back post doubles. So I'm going to start with a slip knot onto the hook. We're starting, as always, in the the 1 chain corner, and we're going to work 2 doubles, a chain 1, and then another 2 doubles. We're now working every stitch all the way along the row, and it's a straightforward back post double. So we yarn over, take the yarn from the front to the back and work the double as normal. We're just going to back post double every stitch all the way along. So it's a nice and easy row to work. If you've enjoyed working along with me on this throw, please subscribe to the channel. If you hit the little bell symbol, it will give you a notification of any other new videos that are uploaded onto the channel. And also underneath the video there's a link to the written pattern, and that's available on Ravelry. And there's also a link or a mention of the Facebook group that we have, so that if you're working one of these blankets or anything else on the channel, you can always ask for any help if you're stuck on there. And also feel free to upload photographs of your throws or your baby cardigans, because I'm sure everybody enjoys seeing the colour themes that people have used. The original sample that I did for this blanket, I used quite rustic shades on sort of an autumn theme, but obviously this one that I've done here for this tutorial, I've used nice bright colours, because I think it makes a nice change to have something bright and cheerful. So if you want to pause the video at this point and work your back post doubles, it's 1 back post double around every stitch all the way along. When you get back to the next corner, we're just going to work the 2 doubles with a chain 1 and 2 doubles in that corner space. So I'll meet you when we get to that point. And when we get to the last back post double, we're just going to join into that first stitch with a slip stitch, snip off the yarn, pull through to fasten off. We're now ready for row 49. And row 49 is another very simple round to do. We're going to start again in the corner chain space, working 2 doubles, a chain 1 and another 2 doubles. And for this row we're going to again work into every stitch, and it's a straightforward double in each stitch all the way along this row. So it's another row that doesn't take a lot of thinking about. You can just work 1 double into each stitch all the way along. Just got a little bit of a knot in the yarn there. Don't know why some balls of yarn do seem to tangle up more than others. So again, you could quite easily pause the video at this point and work all 4 rounds, all 4 sides for this round. Just 1 double in every stitch all the way along, and in the corner spaces we've got the 2 doubles, a chain 1 and 2 doubles. So I'll let you pause the video again now, and I'll meet you when we get to the end of this row. I've almost got to the end of this final side with the double crochets into each stitch along. And again I'm going to just fasten off with a slip knot into the first stitch of the corner there. I've just got another little knot in the yarn. I'm just trying to undo off camera. There we go. So these last few doubles down to the corner stitch there, and the very last stitch, and then join into that corner with a slip stitch, snip off the yarn and fasten off. So the next row that we're going to do is row 50, and that's just a straightforward repeat of row 48. So again we're doing the back post doubles around each stitch all the way along each of the sides. So once again I'm starting with a slip knot onto the hook, into the corner space, and work 2 doubles, a chain 1 and 2 doubles. And then again we're not going to skip any stitches at all on this round. We're going to go straight into that first stitch around the post and work a back post double. I'll just move that thread out of the way there, and again straight into the next one, work a back post double around that next stitch. So it's just exactly the same as we did on row 48, working a back post double around every stitch down to the corner space, and then into the corner space we've got 2 doubles, a chain 1 and 2 doubles. So again, rather than just watching me work my back post doubles, you can pause the video at this point and work your 4 sides, working back post double into every stitch and 2 doubles, chain 1, 2 doubles into the corner space, and I'll meet you at the end of this row. So we've now completed row 50. The next 2 rows will form the last 2 rows of the whole blanket, and for these 2 rows I'm going to use the same colour. Obviously it's your choice whether or not you do the same, but I do think that the end result will be better if both rows are worked in the same colour. So I've joined with a slip knot onto the hook, and we're going to start in the corner. Into the corner we're going to work a popcorn chain 1, and we're going to do that 4 times. So we'll start with the first popcorn, which is the 4 doubles, and then work the top of the popcorn. Chain 1 to fasten off the popcorn and then work another chain. We're now going to do the second popcorn into that same corner. So again, we've got 4 doubles. We take the hook out and pick up the loop, pull it through, chain 1 to fasten off the popcorn, and then we're going to do a chain 1. We're going to do the third popcorn. And finish off at the top. Chain 1 to finish the popcorn, chain 1, and then we'll do the last of the 4 popcorns into that same chain space. And pull the loop through, chain 1. So we've got 4 popcorns all into the same stitch, and that's the corner chain space here. We're going to skip 4 stitches, so we've got the 2 corner stitches and the next 2, and then we're going to work 3 doubles into the next stitch. We're going to skip 2 stitches and we're going to work 3 doubles into the next one. So we're going to carry on this pattern repeat all the way along the side. So we're skipping 2 stitches and working 3 doubles into the 1 stitch. So skip 2 and work 3 doubles. So we work exactly the same all the way along. And at the end of the side, you will have the 4 popcorns in the corner and then 47 of these 3 popcorn groups along each side. Just move the blanket slightly. Obviously the blanket's got much heavier as it's got bigger as well, so it's a little bit more difficult to handle, especially onto the table here. So just carry on working along each side with 3 doubles, skip 2 and 3 doubles, and then at the other end you will have the 4 stitches to skip, and you do the same as we did in that first corner space. You'll do 4 popcorns with a chain 1 in between each popcorn. So that's what the side should look like, and you need to do all 4 sides exactly the same, and then we'll meet at the start of the final row. And as we get to the last stitch there, we're going to join into that first popcorn with a slip stitch, and I'm going to fasten off the yarn, and then I'll restart with the yarn again for the final row. So row 51 is the 3 doubles going along, and we had the 4 popcorns there in the middle. So we're ready now to start the final round. So ready to start the next and final round, I'm going to, as always, slip knot the yarn onto the hook. I'll just zoom in slightly so that you can see a little bit better what I'm going to do. We're now going to work with a treble popcorn, and it's a 5 treble popcorn where we've normally done 4 doubles to form a popcorn. We're going to do 5 and it will be trebles, and we're going to start before the first popcorn of the last row. We're going to do our first 5 treble popcorn into this space here. So I'll start with a standing treble, and I'm going to do another 4 into that same space. Oops, this one's 3. The next one is 4, and then we've got a 5th treble, and it's exactly the same as the other popcorns. We take out the hook, pop it into the first treble, pick up that loop and pull tight and fasten off, and then work a chain 1. We're going to do a 5 treble popcorn between each of these 4, so we've got another 3 here, and they're worked exactly the same. So into the space, work the first treble, and then work another 4 trebles into that same space there. There we've got 3, 4 and 5, and then finish off the popcorn, pull the loop through and a chain 1 to fasten off. Go straight into the next space there and work another treble popcorn. Not forgetting that we've got 5 trebles instead of the way we do the double popcorns with only 4. So we've got 5 trebles there. We're going to fasten off as we always do, pull tight and chain 1. We've now done 3 treble popcorns there. We're going to do another one in between the last 2 popcorns of the previous row. And then we're going to do the last treble popcorn, and these popcorns will actually fold themselves over naturally there, like so, and that creates the final corner for the blanket. So the last treble popcorn, just zoom back out again. The last treble popcorn for the corner goes after that last popcorn and before this first 3 double crochet for the side. There's the 5th treble, and we just pull that loop through to fasten off. So we've got 5 treble crochet popcorns along the corner. So we're going to skip 1 stitch, which is the first stitch of these 3 here, and we're going to work a single crochet into the 2nd stitch there. We're going to skip the next 2 stitches, and then we're going to work 6 trebles into the next stitch. So the trebles are going to sit into the middle of these 3 doubles here. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, and then we're going to skip the next stitch, which is the third of the 3 doubles. We're going to do a single into the middle of these 3 doubles here, and that will be the pattern repeat. We'll do the single into this next stitch, and then we go straight into the middle of the next 3. We're going to work 6 of the trebles. That one's the 6th one of this next one. So again, we're going to go to the middle double crochet of these 3, and we do a single into that middle one, and then again we're going straight into the next cluster of 3, and we do 6 trebles into the middle stitch of those 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the last one is 6. Again, we do a single into that next stitch, and then we work the 6 trebles again into the next one. So you can see there that the way the pattern's formed for this border is that it looks much better if it's done in the same colour. So if you want to carry on along to the end of the row, working the 6 trebles, we started with a single in that first cluster of 3. We then do 6 trebles and then a single into the next one, 6 trebles, a single into the next one, and so on until we've worked all the way along to the end of the side, and I'll meet you to show you how to finish off on this last stitch at this side. So coming up along the last side, working the shell followed by the single in each of the 3 double crochet sets. Got 4, 5 and 6, and then we've got a single into the middle of the next cluster, and then we've got 6 trebles, oops, I'll just do that one again. We've got 4, 5 and 6, and then we're going to do the last single into the center of that last 3 double crochets, and then we're just going to join into the top of the first treble popcorn with a slip stitch, snip off the yarn and fasten off. So that completes the last 2 rows which form the border of the there we go, you can see it a little bit better there now. That's the final rows of the Eanair blanket. So all I've got left to do now is work in all of the ends and use the blanket. I hope you've enjoyed the tutorials. I hope you've enjoyed making your Eanair, and I hope that you've subscribed to the channel and will join us again for our next project. So thank you very much for watching, thank you for all your support, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye.